There's probably two types of referees and why they got into it. Half of them were probably quite good players back in the day, coming towards the end of their career, or players who had injuries, and then the other half just weren't good enough to play, and I'm unfortunately in the latter category of referees. So I realised very early on that I'm much more comfortable out there in the middle of a pitch with a whistle in my hand than with the ball in my hand, to be honest with you. So that's pretty much it. I had a curiosity, I suppose, from an early age, even when I was playing. I don't know what it stemmed from or anything, but I would have always watched the guys in the telly, Alan Lewis, Alain Roland, kind of thought it was a good thing and a really cool thing to be involved in. And yeah, even kind of going down to my local club, I would have always kind of known who the ref was, kind of seeing how they'd perform. So I started in Merrion Road. That was my very first game. It was a J3 game. I think Wanderers were playing RCSI. Thankfully I didn't do too badly and everyone walked off the pitch alive. So yeah, it kind of went from there. So 4 years after I began refereeing, I was in what's known as the IPAS system, which is the Interprovincial Assessment System. So it means you're refereeing similar level of games, but you're going around through the other provinces. And that's basically the panel that they'll select the new national panel referees from. So kind of 5 years after starting refereeing, I got through the IPAS system and got promoted up to the national panel of referees. My objective is to stay out of the way and stay out of the player's way. But within that, if they're out of line or out of the realms of the law, that's where I need to step in and to kind of be seen to take action. So if you get two teams that want to play rugby, refereeing is a simple job. Okay, you can just stand back, you can watch them play, so to speak, and you have to do very little. So my job is to see what's in front of me, assess the materiality of it, and then make a decision based on what I've seen. And a lot of the time my decision is to not do anything, to just stand there and let the next phase come and take about. But if something has a material impact on the possession that the team is looking to create, that's where I have to step in. People think we're mad, I suppose, but listen, you have to have a bit of a thick skin, and you have to not be in mind calls various things from the sideline, not the players now, but yeah, I love it, yeah. It's also great working in teams. So today I'll have John Carville, Paul Haycock with me, who I know very well and have travelled across Europe with on numerous occasions. So it's a good way of kind of keeping up with friends, and there's obviously a fitness element. There's opportunity to travel when you get to a certain level. Referees games in Cyprus, Moldova, Sweden, just places where you wouldn't think rugby is kind of a stronghold or anything. But it's funny, like you go to non-traditional countries for rugby matches, but the rugby traditions always stay true. And it's great to see, and it's nearly even better out in some of these countries because it's a real throwback to the amateur days. They're doing it for the love of the game. They love the social element of it. There's always good fun after the game, and the great thing is the respect for the referee is maintained throughout no matter where you are. Rugby referees do seem to have that element of respect, and that element which seems to come throughout rugby through its core values, and which is, I suppose, crucial that everybody kind of maintains it, is the referee's decision is final. Once he's made the decision, there is an element of acceptance in terms of it. I've got to show the players respect, and if I do that in an appropriate manner, they'll show respect back to me. I'll always leave the house with the aim of being at my venue an hour and 15 before kickoff. I let the team managers come to me and we'll talk about doing studs or having a chat with the front row. Most teams these days like to do the stud check and the chats in the dressing room, so I'll go in there. I'll let the touch judges do the studs, and I'll just talk to the front rows and the captain just to see if they have any issues. Then I'll generally go back and have a chat with the touch judges for the day or the assistant referees. I'll do 15 to 20 minutes out on the pitch, just general warming up, general stretches, and then I'll go back in about 10-15 minutes before kickoff. Teams will be out 1 or 2 minutes before kickoff, and then, listen, game on. We all love rugby, it's a great game, it's great to be involved in, and the great thing I suppose about refereeing is there's a level for everybody. So if you want to referee kids games, underage, J3, J4, J5, referees are needed at all levels of the game. You'll find a level for yourself, you'll get great enjoyment out of it, you'll keep fit, you'll meet new people, and you'll challenge yourself. I've got a huge amount out of it. I hope I've given a bit back into it as well, but it's been a really rewarding, 15 years now at this stage for me.